Hello there, welcome once again to Living on Purpose. This is Fola and today I want to talk about risk-taking mindset. Risk-taking mindset. You need to understand the fact that when nothing is ventured, then nothing is gained. When you don't make attempts in life, you will not gain anything. So you need to try as much as possible to have a risk-taking mindset. I'm not asking you to risk it all. I'm not asking you to take risk without precautions. I'm not asking you to take uncalculated risks, but you cannot live through life without taking any kind of risk. If you want to live life and you think you're not going to take any kind of risk, you're going to live an average life. You're going to be a mediocre. But if you really want to be successful, there is no time you will not come to a point in your life where you have to take a major risk. Everybody who has succeeded in life in a big way has had to face the decision to take a major risk in their lives. The only thing is that sometimes for you to succeed, you can choose the risk you want to face. In fact, let me put it this way. I hope you know that taking a risk is a risk and not taking a risk is also a risk. So whether you take one or you don't, life sometimes will choose a risk for you on a daily basis. Staying at home is a risk. Going out is a risk. Staying on the roadside is a risk. Being in a car is a risk. Flying in an airplane is a risk. Walking on the ground is a risk. Going on the road or on the sea is a risk. So there is no way you will not face a risk on a daily basis. Some people think that one of the things they are doing by holding back their cash, holding back from investing, holding back from taking certain actions, then they are safer. Sometimes it looks like that, but when you compare yourself years later with those who have taken those actions, you will then realize that some of those actions that you thought were safer were actually foolish. So it's important for you to be a risk taker. The only thing is that to be smart, you can take some calculated risk. You can look at what you're about to get involved with. For example, let's say you want to invest in the stock market. You can calculate, you can read, you can research, you can talk to stockbrokers who have proven track record and ask them questions about how things are done. But when you don't do that, you can go into it blindly and lose all your money. No matter how genuine an investment appears, you still need to talk to experts in that industry who can tell you the future of a company or what you should possibly expect from that company. That is how to take a calculated risk with investments. No matter what the experts tell you, there is no guarantee that the company cannot fail. However, with experts' opinion, you are able to make some informed decision. So even if you want to take a risk, you know what you're getting involved with. There are things may go south, but it may not be like taking a decision without knowing what you're getting into. In life as well, you need to take a risk to become better. Take a risk to go and do another degree. Take a risk to marry that person that you've decided this is where my heart is and this is the person I love. Everything you do in life will revolve some major risks. If you do not want to take a risk in life, then you are not ready to grow. Here is one of the reasons why you need to take a risk. A risk will expand your knowledge. A risk will broaden your horizon. A risk will make you see things from a different perspective. If it succeeds, it teaches you a lesson, it emboldens you, it gives you more faith to do other things. If it doesn't succeed, it teaches you a lesson. It shows you what not to put your money into. Sometimes, some of us have gotten our fingers burnt by taking certain kinds of risk. But today, we honestly do not regret taking that kind of risk because at the end of the day, we learned a valuable lesson from taking that risk. Whether the risk works out or not, You either become blessed or you learn a lesson. So it's important for you to plan. It's important for you to see that risk would always be needed in life. If you do not take a risk, of course, you automatically lose out one way or the other. You don't want to live your life regretting all the decisions that you never took. I remember somebody saying something like, at the end of his life, it will not be what he achieved that will become the most important things. It will be the things that he wanted to do that he never did that will become the most painful things to him. You don't want to come to the end of your life, or you don't want to come to the twilight of your life and realize that there were so many things you should have done and you haven't done them. Begin today by taking some calculated risks. Remember, I said calculated. I didn't say take risk without wisdom. I'm asking you to plan, talk to people, talk to experts, make an informed decision, and begin today to take your calculated risk. It's very important that you find a way to take a risk. Gradually increase your appetite for risk taking. You can't go from 0 to 100 in one day. Go from 0 to 5, take the risk. If it works out, it encourages you, then go from 0 to 10 or 5 to 10. Then if it works, you go from 10 to 15 gradually until you can begin to take some huge risk for your success. Without any kind of risk, your life will remain an average, and I do not want you to remain as an average person. I do not want you to remain a mediocre. So plan for risk taking, and sometimes to minimize your risk, you can take risks along with other people or invest in something that several others are investing in. Partner with people so that your own risk is limited or minimal. That's one of the other ways to look at it. But that you're going to go through life without any kind of risk, perish that thought, because you need the risk to sharpen your teeth, to grow your muscles, and to become a better person. Head on now to youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks. Thank you.